Welcome to Whiskey and Whiskers, episode 2, version 114.
Fuck you.
This is Chop.
Blake,
Chris.
Gator.
and as always, we're going to start with a bottle of whiskey. And today, I don't even know what's going to come out of this magic cooler. So, so stay tuned.
Cooler of mystery.
So, today we have Jefferson's very small batch blend of straight bourbon whiskeys. It's a pretty cool bottle. Bottled for McLean and Kine Louis. It's a Kentucky whiskey.
Oh,
That's good. I mean, next to Tennessee and Texas, Kentucky's a good way to go.
right.
41.15% alcohol by volume, 82.3 proof.
So it'll get you drunk.
It's got a little bit that earns some extra points on the drunkenness.
Yeah.
We'll go over the scales later. It's got, so on the front it's got Jefferson's and it's got that stuff I just read. On the back, it's got what appears to be Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah, it's picture Ben Franklin.
Yeah.
What's cool though is the bottle's clear, so you can, from the front side, you can also see the picture
Yeah.
of Benjamin.
Yeah, it says
Franklin.
Jefferson's right across the front, and you can see Benjamin Franklin right there in the back.
Dude, it's all about the Benjamins.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. It's a pretty nice bottle. It's got a wooden top, which is nice.
That's unique.
Didn't Ben Franklin have a wooden tooth? Or like all his teeth were wood?
Yeah, he did for sure.
That's fucking cool too, man. That's probably why they put the wooden bottle cap on.
I'm seeing it.
Do you think he had wooden teeth from drinking too much whiskey?
Nah, man. Just because he lived back in the day, all his teeth fell out.
Yeah.
Whiskey's good for you.
Probably
man.
getting struck by lightning didn't help us.
Oh, you know what is cool? At the top, it's got a batch and bottle number.
Oh, I
So
do
they're
like that.
individually batched.
Yeah,
I wonder if they're
that's
individually
nice.
proofed as well. 82.3%
yeah, I wonder.
seems
Yeah.
like a weird.
Major props to the bottle here. Oh, and let's talk about the top because not a lot of bottles have corks. This one has a cork as well. But the lid, like there's a lid with a cork under it, and this lid is made out of wood. It's got a nice tactile feel.
Nice.
Let's see how it sounds when we open it.
All right.
Subtle, not quite as loud a pop as some of the others, but it does have a little bit of pop. That's
Yeah.
That was
nice.
nice for that time.
Is
Yeah.
that like a C sharp?
I think this bottle's nice. Next test for the bottle is we're gonna see how it sounds when we pour, how it feels when we pour.
I do like the. Go ahead and pour. I was just saying I like the kind of like fuck yeah America revolutionary era type thing that the bottle's got going on.
I like that it put a smart person on there, so it's like this whiskey is smart.
And a rich person too.
Yeah, it makes you smart.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
You too can be like Ben Franklin if you drink Jefferson's whiskey.
I like the glug 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 glug. It's more subtle than some of the others. The way the top is molded. Some of them you get a real powerful like. Bloop, bloop, bloop. This one's a little more subtle, but it's definitely better than like a regular bottle of Jack or Evan Williams or something like that.
Yeah.
That just kind of pours out like fucking milk or something.
Right.
So
Ooh.
yeah, that's nice.
Milk's delicious.
You know what I like in my whiskey? Milk.
All right, so the things that we're going to pay attention to when we take this shot, the criteria we grade them on: sweetness, crunch, bite, bottle, and drunkenness. So without further ado,
Cheers.
cheers.
Without further ado.
Cheers.
So right away, I'm noticing the sweetness
Yeah, it's real sweet.
with a little bit of bite afterwards. The bite doesn't come. It's very smooth on the front end, very sweet on the front end. Bite afterwards.
The bite to me, as soon as I exhaled, man, that tastes like right after you take a big drink of NyQuil or Robitussin or something. I got cough syrupy.
Is it crunchy at all?
No.
not at all.
No.
It's almost syrupy, like cough medicine.
I've definitely got the
So it's some Canadian whiskey.
I got the evaporative effect on my tongue, you know, where you just kind of feel your tongue burning.
Oh, it's tingling a little bit.
Oh,
Makes your
yeah.
paws tingle.
It is very smooth though, and it didn't give me the urge to go puke in the trash can.
Which is really what you want in a garage whiskey, but you know, maybe this whiskey hadn't been properly aged in the garage like it's supposed to.
Yeah, maybe
That's
not.
why it's so smooth.
True.
So from our criteria on the front end, very sweet, not a lot of bite, zero crunch, but then at the tail end, that bite does.
I was gonna
does
say,
come.
I think it has a bite. It just comes on late, and it's got a sweet aftertaste, like I said, and almost like a cherry cough syrup is really what I'm getting a hint of.
So like on the scale, sweetness is higher than most of the other whiskeys we've drank. Crunch is lower than most of the whiskeys we've
I
drank.
don't know. I'll say Maker's was pretty sweet as well. Woodford's a little bit sweet, but Woodford also has some crunchiness, and the sweetness very well offsets the crunchiness for Woodford.
And if I'm being real, I like when I take a shot of whiskey, I like it to hit when I drink it. I like it on the front end and then to get smooth, not the other way around.
Yeah.
So
See, I actually like it the other way around.
You like the smooth up front?
Yeah, I like to be able to get it down, and then I can deal with the bite after that.
on our standings so far, we've got Woodford in first, Gentleman Jack in second, and then there's kind of some debate over third. But it where it stands, it's regular Jack Daniels and Maker's Mark.
Tied for third. I would say I actually do enjoy this Jefferson stuff. It caters to me. Like I said, I like the late bite and the sweetness from the smoothness going down. I don't like crunch. And the bottle is tip top for me. So I would say I would actually throw this one in third above Jack and Maker's for me.
Wow, that's
impressive.
yeah. I think the bottle, definitely major points in the bottle. It's a cool bottle. Both with the batch number, I think that's cool. The cork is cool. The top is nice. The labeling is cool. The way you can see Benjamin Franklin.
It might be Thomas Jefferson.
It's a hologram, bro.
No, I think it's good. I'm not gonna put it in my top 3. I think both Jack Daniels and Maker's Mark are better. It's sitting in third, but yeah, I mean it's not a bad whiskey.
Maybe top 5. Maybe.
Definitely top 10. How about that?
Okay. Well, I mean, we can give it a more proper, review later on once we get into the how drunk is it going to get you and things like that.
Yeah, because that's important.
Well, and
Right.
to be real, we have a lot of different whiskeys that have yet to hit the table.
Yeah,
This
absolutely.
is going to be some extensive research that
Thousands.
we're doing. Yeah, extensive research that we're doing here. There's going to be a day where we go to get our weekly bottle and we're like, well, fuck. Our choices are down to these 3. You know?
And we're gonna have to start outsourcing and figuring out where to get different kinds of whiskey, right? I mean, like maybe we'll have to. I'm not saying we're gonna go to like Mexican whiskey or
Russian whiskey.
Russian whiskey. No. I want to keep to real whiskey, but there's other places you could. There's Canadian whiskey. There's Irish whiskey, like actual whiskeys.
What about
Yeah.
Scotch whiskey?
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm down too.
Scotch is a big category. So we were talking about that. This bottle is very America. Fuck yeah, and I definitely
Again,
got
major
style
points for the bottle. It's got top points, top marks for the bottle.
So there's another whiskey that maybe we can try one day, but for right now, it's probably going to be kind of hard to get a hold of. But definitely not America. Fuck yeah. But North Korea is making whiskey now.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
North
They,
Korean whiskey, huh?
So it's a little different because they're foreign, so they spelled it wrong. So it's WHISKY whiskey.
well, English isn't their first language.
Yeah, so we'll give them a little bit of a break, but so there's a North Korean distillery, which I'm gonna butcher this name, but Samoblo.
Samelblow?
Yeah, sure.
Samilpo.
Samoblo. That sounds good.
Samilpo.
But yeah, they're making a whiskey now. Not a whole lot of information on it, but
From North Korea? Huh.
strange, I know.
Where would one get information on this? Like, how do we know about it?
Dennis Rodman.
It's got, yeah,
Dennis
it's gotta
Rodman.
be Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Well, there's some kind of leak, right? Like
We've got our spy in the field.
he tweeted out or something with Trump when he was over
Yeah,
there.
well, and it's what
Well, he
Trump
didn't
keeps
tweet
in
out
his
from
office.
North Korea. That's for sure.
He walked over to the other side. Hold on, I gotta make a phone call real quick, dog.
It's going to be the most expensive
Homie.
whiskey that ever existed if it does make it to America just because of the tariffs.
And I'm
Yeah.
just guessing. It's probably tastes like swill, and it's probably a gnarly hangover.
Well, so, they say, somebody says, I don't know who they are, but somebody says that it's actually got medicinal properties. So the little information that we do have about it is they say that it has 15 amino acids that lessen the detrimental effects.
15 amino acids?
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's
health buzzwords right there.
yeah.
It says that they lessen the detrimental effects of alcohol abuse. And then also that in 2016, North Korea invented liquor that didn't have a hangover.
So this whiskey that Kim Jong-un definitely invented, right?
Yeah, for sure.
This whiskey that Kim Jong-un invented, not only does it get you drunk, you also can't get addicted to it, and it's healthy for you
Yeah.
And you won't get a hangover.
because it has amino acids.
Yeah.
What? Is this like Pedialyte and vodka or something?
Hangover-free liquor. Where does that fall in the hangover physics and shit? I wonder.
That's I don't
They've
know,
got
man.
their top scientists working on it. They took our physics and shit, and they've focused it, distilled it
Dude.
down to a perfect science,
Yeah.
and invented a liquor that'll get you drunk, and you won't have a hangover.
I don't know.
Because
I don't know
it's
why,
be-
but I believe you, man.
It's because what the scientists figured out is they figured out a way that they can get you drunk on the liquor, and then you just stay drunk forever.
Nice.
So you can't ever be hungover because you're
it's
drunk
physics and shit.
forever.
yeah,
Oh,
makes sense. Makes sense.
that's how you're never hungover.
Yeah.
Like-
And that's why it's actually healthy for you. So they say like a glass of wine with your dinner every night can actually be good for your heart and stuff like that. So you get drunk once and then you never have to like drink whiskey again.
It's like the reaction from too much acid.
Yeah.
Never come down.
Yeah.
That's kind of fucked up. So, in this country where they, eat rocks, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Well, they're out of rice because they used it to make all the whiskey. So
Well, so that's the thing though, is nobody actually knows what grain they used or how long it's aged because the company isn't like divulging that information.
given it's Korea, it's got to be rice, right? Like or ramen.
So,
Ramen whiskey.
ramen whiskey.
Well, that's what it'll be
That would
called
be
if it ever
swell.
makes it here.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
So normally, if being serious for a minute, normally people don't divulge the information about their whiskey because in America, at least, there's only like 5 or 12. I don't know. There's very few actual distilleries. And so every whiskey that's out there is basically just a blend of other recipes. And,
Right.
And they don't want to say, oh, we don't actually make our own whiskey. We get it from this distiller that mixes a couple different kinds of whiskey. So I would want to think that North Korea is doing that, and that's why they don't want to divulge. But I'm a lot happier. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside to think that North Korea is making their own whiskey using grain that they stole directly out of the mouths of the children of their people,
Yeah.
and they're using that to make the finest whiskey in the world.
Man, crank up production. Let's get it shipped over here. We need to end that trade embargo going on.
For the first time, I mean, I'm rooting for them. I hope this launch of this whiskey goes better than all the other launches from North Korea.
Hell yeah. Dude, hashtag Team North Korea whiskey on this one. I'm on board.
I think I can speak for all of Whiskey and Whiskers when I say go North Korea.
Making it out of the food of their people, though. I mean that sounds like a plot in a Rambo movie for sure.
Oh, new Rambo movie.
In North Korea?
Yeah, Rambo's definitely got to go to North Korea, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Those are the bad guys. Like,
He's
Save the
gonna
whiskey.
he's gonna fight North Korea and ISIS at the same time.
It's got to. For
but
sure.
whoa. I don't like the idea of Rambo going into North Korea and stealing grain from the whiskey distilleries to give to the people.
No. He steals the whiskey and
Okay.
gives it back. Like he's the whiskey
Robin Hood, huh?
Robin Hood.
Yeah, I can
or
back
Rambo.
this message.
So instead of feeding him, he goes steals the whiskey and gives all of the citizens of North Korea whiskey.
Yeah, straight up rides in on a helicopter, riding a rhino, drops in, wreck shop on
The helicopter's on top of the Rhino.
all
Hell yeah.
the bad North Korean people. Obviously, the bad boss at the end is going to be Dennis Rodman, right?
Dude, Rambo versus Dennis Rodman.
Whoa.
That'd
Who
be-
would, who
that'd
would
be a good
win,
one.
though? Like,
Or Rambo, obviously.
The rhino's
Yeah.
got to win.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
And where does Kim Jong Un stand in this?
There can't be
in
a part
this, like-
15.
So how about this?
He's in the sequel.
Clearly, Rodman is a physical specimen, more intimidating than Kim Jong Un. But who's the big boss here?
Yeah, Kim Jong Un controls his mind. Dennis
Right,
Rodman
right.
is like
No, that's true. I
is
read
like the
that.
mountain for the Game of Thrones reference, right? Like
He's the muscle.
He's
Yeah.
he's like the Krang, right? And he rides around in the Dennis Rodman fucking suit.
the only problem I have with this though is that Dennis Rodman in real life is a great big pussy, like total crybaby.
Yeah, but he could play a good bad guy.
Yeah,
in
he
a
Yeah.
Rambo movie.
He totally could.
Yeah.
I think you
Basketball,
give him
too.
the right combination of drugs, he'll probably like go crazy instead of cry.
Give him like ninja stars or something.
yeah.
In a basketball.
And
He's
a
good at
clearly a
basketball.
basketball.
Make him one of those crazy foot karate people that just moves his foot really fast and then kicks 5 people in the head.
Which one of y'all kicked me? So I like the idea of Rambo fighting Dennis Rodman. He's got his big ass Rambo knife, and Dennis Rodman has his basketball.
Yeah.
But it's some kind of
ninja stars.
weaponized basketball, like maybe on a chain, like a chain block or something.
It's like a nuclear warhead.
Concrete basketball on a chain.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he beats, because Dennis Rodman almost beats him, right? But then
Yeah,
of
he's got to
course,
get him on the ropes.
but then of course Rambo is victorious because he's Rambo, America, fuck yeah.
That's Rocky.
And then right then, we get Kim Jong Un slow clapping.
And then it cuts to black sequel.
And so we do it. We get an entire 2 hours of Rambo versus Kim Jong Un.
Hell yeah.
Rambo 27.
The
And
final
that's-
battle.
But that's where they introduced the whiskey.
Have you ever
The
considered
next final battle.
have you ever considered screenwriting in Hollywood?
Absolutely.
Because I think you'd make it.
Yeah, I wrote the most recent Star Wars movie.
Oh yeah.
God damn it.
And you're gonna write the next Rambo, I guess.
I think we just wrote the next Rambo, to be real.
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
Can we slap a copyright on this? and
Copyright
just-
Whiskey and Whiskers.
yeah.
2000.
Trademark,
19.
copyright, whatever. Doesn't
We
matter.
have to touch on it. We have to. Fucking isn't well, Rambo was about to die in the last movie. Sylvester Stallone's face is melted, guys.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Rambo's died in most of the Rambo movies. And also, Sylvester Stallone's like 97 years
This
old.
is actually a crossover, so they're about to turn Sylvester Stallone into a Terminator.
Oh, that would be perfect.
That would be a fucking gnarly crossover. Actually, like Loki, that would actually be awesome.
That might be the only Terminator that's going to go as hard as Arnold Schwarzenegger did.
Yeah.
But shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but his face is melting.
Yeah.
His skin is already melting off. Like
Yeah.
you know, when at the end of the Terminator, when he falls in the lava or whatever, and all of his skin melts off. That's already happening to Sylvester Stallone
Yeah.
right now.
The Terminator dies of sadness.
And
Liquid hot magma.
Sylvester Stallone can barely talk.
Well, the whole thing's taking place in North Korea, so they're just gonna like put subtitles and pretend he's speaking Korean.
He's speaking. What do they speak in North Korea?
North Korean.
North
Yeah,
Korean.
North Korean,
It's
duh.
the northern dialect of Korean.
Oh, is North Korean different than South Korean?
Absolutely. They're two different countries, man.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
it's-
I'm sorry. That was ignorant. That was ignorant.
It's like
of me.
North America and South America, bro. Come on, dude. It's
That's ignorant.
two totally different things, man.
No, same deal as like how we talk like normal human beings, but then there's like coon ass people that speak a different language. Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, we sound very smart and articulate.
Yeah.
Sounds smarter.
And meanwhile, all those other motherfuckers.
we
Yeah.
sound
Don't know
smarter
how
in
to talk.
Texas. Well,
But we do talk good, though.
Hell yeah.
hell yeah.
No, dude, I don't know. Maybe he fucking like he charges in on a mammoth, just fucking 2 guns.
Who, Kim
And a
or
saddle.
It's got to be King
Dan?
Jong-un on the mammoth because Rambo rides a rhino.
Hey, yo,
sure.
Mick, you know, I'm gonna hit the DMC on a rhino. It's great.
Yeah, dude, that's what's up. Kim Jong Un's his scientists fucking brought back a mammoth,
A mech mammoth.
a mech mammoth. Yeah,
Dude, I'm pretty sure
cyborg.
we tried
It's a
this a couple
Terminator
years ago.
mammoth.
I'm pretty sure we tried to bring back a mammoth a couple years ago. Like found one, dug it up, gave some scientists the DNA, and either they did it and they're not telling us because they did it and they don't want everybody to freak out, or they didn't do it and that was all cock
Who
shit.
the fuck cares? Bring back a mammoth. I'll go see it.
Fuck yeah, Jurassic Park.
Mammoth Park, man.
And then we make it fight a rhino because right now a rhino is the heavyweight undisputed champion of the world.
Here's what it is though. I mean that's really a motive with the universal adapter on it, right? Like if we get to the point where we can bring back a mammoth that died fucking 1,000 years ago, like somebody's gonna get stingy with it and be like, man, I miss my mom. And
You can't. I mean, that
that's
mammoth
how-
that you
that's how
bring back.
That's how you get a zombie park, bro.
That mammoth that you bring back is not going to
Shit.
be a mammoth that existed back then. It's going to be a new mammoth with new ideas and thoughts and self-worth and consciousness.
Freaking laser
Gender
beams on their
identity and-
freaking heads.
And it's going to be a mech mammoth. And we're going to make it fight a rhino in the Coliseum.
Hell yeah.
Because we have to know. Inquiring minds would like to know.
For science, it's physics and shit.
Because knowledge is power.
In a coliseum, I give it to the rhino.
Dude, I think a rhino, yeah.
Although if it's like 7 mammoths, I think the rhino might get fucked.
So we know that a rhino can beat an elephant because we've all seen the YouTube videos.
Yeah, but can a rhino beat 7 elephants?
But a mammoth is a bad motherfucker. That's a big motherfucker.
Mammoths, aren't they bigger than elephants?
Yeah.
yeah.
And they have like
Fur.
Tusks.
yeah, and
is dope.
tusks, like huge tusks, like ones that curl up like fucking pubic hairs and shit.
And they sound like Ray Romano.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah. Seen it.
So yeah, I think in like clearly, if Rambo's sitting on top of the rhino fighting the mammoth, then the rhino's going to win. But just in a vacuum, mammoth fighting a rhino, you think a rhino takes it? You think mammoth beats him out of just sheer size and power?
I think one-on-one a rhino takes it, but just
Yeah.
barely, and because they're made out of concrete.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with the mammoth on that one. He's just too big.
Nah,
I think
dude, I
the
give it
rhino
to-
would just run right underneath.
I think
him.
mammoths might be a little soft and squishy though, and rhinos are built out of cinder blocks.
Yeah, it's a fact. I give it to the rhino, 100%.
He's got that fucking horn and that nose that just goes up and down.
Yeah.
right at the neck. Well, but it won't be at the mammoth's neck though.
That's what
It's
I'm
going to be at the
saying.
mammoth's like knee,
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
It's gonna get him in the dick.
Dude, I've seen
don't
leg
have
kicks into
dicks,
fight.
man.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. Only time will tell. Because clearly, that's
So-
the route. That's the route that science is going
Well,
to take.
Rambo's gonna have to go back in time to be Rambo because, like I said, Sylvester Stallone's 97 fucking years old, man. There
Dude,
ain't
yeah,
enough
maybe
CGI.
he can go back to when the mammoths existed. I don't think that was that long ago. Like I think humans were around.
Dude, he needs to evolve.
Humans
like Colin
definitely were around for mammoths.
Yes, I don't know if they came in contact, but like.
Oh yeah,
Hanks.
yeah.
They came in contact.
Yeah, they came in contact.
because the Disney movie, right? They showed it.
Well, and the sign at the museum. where
historical
there's
fact.
Neanderthals like killing mammoths with spears.
I think they were around like with like Homo sapiens though. Like I think that the pyramids got built before mammoths died.
I believe that.
If they're around at the same time, they probably built the pyramids with.
Clearly, the white
mammoths.
people destroyed the mammoths.
Damn.
Yeah.
They used the mammoths to build the pyramids.
Fucking right,
Damn.
dude.
Yeah, you're on.
That's how they moved those big fucking stones.
It's
They
more-
didn't use slaves. That's a bunch of bullshit,
It's
dude.
more
Or
viable
aliens.
than aliens, yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen
fuck.
an alien pick up a rock. I've never seen a slave pick up a giant rock. Of course, I've never seen a mammoth pick up a rock either.
I have.
But we know they could.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, elephants move shit now. Like circuses, they pull all the shit down the road, don't they?
Yeah, it's fucking.
like all the tent
we
shit.
all watched Game of Thrones. Mammoths can pull down fucking 4-inch rolled steel or whatever the fuck that was.
There's a castle in Florida called the Coral Castle. That the whole backstory is this dude by himself moved these giant fucking rocks and built this fucking coral castle. Now it's a tourist.
Did he talk about his pet mammoth he had?
He definitely had mammoths.
He had to have had a mammoth. That's what I'm thinking now. Now that we're talking about it, you know what makes a lot of sense is he locked himself in there with a fucking mammoth and built all that shit. And everybody's like, this dude did it all by himself.
Yeah.
Well, I think that the theory, the pyramid mammoth theory, is way more viable than the aliens, bro theory.
Or the
Yeah,
coral
for
castle
sure.
theory for them.
I'll take the mammoth theory over aliens, bro, every time.
Yeah,
Just
because
physics and shit, dude. It's
yeah,
just-
we don't even know that aliens are real. I mean, I think they're real, but we don't even know for sure. We know mammoths were real and that they were around. Mammoths died like 4,000 years ago. Pyramids were like 4,500 years. That's 500 years.
Yeah, 2000
They could-
BC. Yeah.
They could have had
There-
mammoths
that's a lot-
building
yeah.
pyramids.
That's a
There
long
is that
fucking time.
whole shit, though, that we could just be putting all the bones together of everything wrong.
Yeah, true.
I don't know.
Yeah, but they're big.
Yeah. Oh, we
It doesn't
did.
matter if we put them together right or not.
Those are
Whatever
some
it came
big
from,
fucking
they're
bones.
fucking big.
Yeah. Even if we put it together all wrong, those big ass bones were 4,000 years ago, and the pyramids were 4,500 years ago. There was some big ass shit that might have been able to pull some big ass rocks.
Yeah.
For sure.
What if they're like big ass people?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop debating this. I'm gonna assume that we've discovered how they built the pyramids now.
Yeah, it's a
And
fact.
from now on, I'm just gonna tell people that no, they use mammoths for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we've discovered it.
100%. It was a fact.
And in the future, when they talk about who realized this thought and made it into a actual expression,
It was whiskey and
it
whiskey.
was Whiskey and Whiskers.
Yeah.
Whiskey and Whiskers podcast.
Copyright 2019.
Damn.
Going down in history, boys.
So, I mean, could the aliens have done it though? Like, could
Oh, yeah,
they?
of course.
Well, I think if you ask the U.S. government, hell yeah.
Well, I think
Yeah, that's no shit. I guess they fucking started saying that they're tracking UFOs, which I get it. Those can be different UFOs, but I don't know. Y'all read that, right?
Yeah.
yeah, that's in the news for sure.
It's just.
I don't know what I believe. So just UFO. The acronym is unidentified flying object. So everything that I'm being a naysayer. I know it's more fun to imagine they're seeing aliens flying around, but in reality, they're tracking flocks of geese. They can anything they see is an unidentified flying object.
Like
Anything in their airspace,
Like
that's
a
not
dick in
us.
the air. I mean, come
Yeah.
on. Like, oh, it's UFO. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
those,
No.
those fucking pilots.
No,
that are-
because those were identified. It was a giant dick in the sky.
It took a while, though.
Yeah, but those
it was
pilots-
unidentified for a while.
They were like, "What's that? What is that?"
Way too many
Oh, it's a
people-
dick. Okay, never mind.
Totally a dick.
yeah, but the same pilots that are seeing the fucking aliens are the same pilots that are drawing dicks in the sky
True.
Yeah.
True.
out of
And-
mammoths.
And the government's definitely investigated the dick in the sky. I mean, we know that for sure.
So they're probably investigating.
Fucking everything stupid that happens.
Yeah.
There was a guy. He wrote a book called "The Day After Roswell." Like he talked about the crash, the alien crash or whatever. And so the big argument that they're using now is what do these pilots have to gain from this lie, right? And I'll tell you what they have to gain. It's money. It's money and
And
it's
fame.
and
15 minutes of fame.
Yeah. And so
And court martials for drawing dicks in the sky.
so this
Well,
guy,
that's their game plan too, right?
and the other argument would be like, oh well, yeah, but these guys are qualified. These guys are pilots, right? So Philip J. Corso, it's actually the inspiration for the name Philip J. Fry from Futurama. Philip J. Corso wrote Day After Roswell.
That's gay.
Philip J. Corso was a colonel, and he wrote a book called The Day After Roswell about aliens fucking crashing in the New Mexican desert. And he made a bunch of money, and he got famous, and now he has a Futurama character named after him.
Nice.
So
Minus the Futurama part of it.
when these people say, "What do they have to gain?" What the fuck do you mean? Like,
What do you mean, these people?
yeah, I think when the colonel wrote this book, he set a precedent. Like, now people realize, dude, I'm qualified enough. I can retire from the military and write a book about aliens. People will buy that shit because they believe me.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Because he's credible, right? Yeah.
Right.
Maybe that's how we go viral. So we start talking about the aliens.
But we got to be credible, and we're not.
And we're not.
Yeah. Fact.
That's
But
not
we are
gonna work.
incredible.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know. Fucking, the conspiracy theorists are going to have a fucking field day with it because, of course, the government's like, there's UFOs. And they're like, oh, no.
Put your tinfoil hats on, boys.
YouTube's so flooded with that bullshit, though. Like, what are they going to do?
All the government really admitted to was that they investigate UFOs, though. Like, they,
Yeah.
you know,
That's what I mean. And
they
these
didn't admit to like finding anything.
these guys are
irrelevant.
selling it like facts. And okay, so freedom of speech is a thing. The Corso Day After Roswell book is a thing.
Fake news.
The precedent has been set. These guys know they can make money. They know they can get famous off of it. They know they can't get in trouble because it's already been done. Like, all they're doing is they're repackaging the same old nonsense and selling it to us again in a different package.
Dude, I got an idea about how we can accomplish this and become credible. Because these days you can't like put an identity on anything. Like how dare you assume my identity, right? So like, fuck it, dude. I'm a pilot. I see UFOs.
I'm an alien.
You know what I'm saying? There you go. Aliens are
Dude,
real.
next
You
level.
heard it here first, boys.
That's next level. We have not had anybody come out and say they're an alien yet. That's like, could you imagine if somebody was like, no, fuck you, I'm an alien.
I'm sure there's some tweaker somewhere that's been like, I'm an alien.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee it. I think.
But nobody believes him.
I think I know that guy, and nobody believed him.
He still has his ID, man. He's got to get rid of that shit.
But yeah, the aliens are real. Birds are surveillance drones. You know, the trees are sentient.
God, put your fucking... Do you know that's a thing? Do you know that's a real fucking thing about the birds? Birds aren't real.
Yeah, bro.
There's
They're
a-
surveillance drones.
There's a website called birdsaren'treal.com. It's a real fucking thing that people believe. Like, flat Earth and fucking birds aren't real. These are both real things that
Dude.
exist right now.
Bonerlessshorts.com?
Yeah, but that's advances in modern science. We're talking crazy motherfuckers with tinfoil hats.
Dude, first of all, I would just want to appreciate that it's birdsaren'treal.com and not like an organization or it's a fucking company.
.edu.
Yeah. .gov.
Yeah.
Birdsaren'treal.gov would fuck some people up, dude.
I guess...
Is it taken? Has anybody checked GoDaddy on this one?
Have we looked? We need a person to... You know, all these other podcasts have people. Hey, get on that. Look this up. We need to look this up, guy, because I would like to see what exactly do they think birds are doing? Like, where are they coming from and what are they doing?
They're surveillance drones, bro. Like we've been over this. Like
I thought the trees were surveillance drones.
No, they're sentient.
Oh yeah, the trees have like thoughts and
Feelings.
feelings.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's that shit where like the president, you know, they get inaugurated and then they take him into the back room and they're like, here's the room where you watch everybody through the bird's eyes, and you're like, ah, fuck, and they come out looking like they're 80.
Which
Like,
is
oh shit.
That's why
dude.
all the presidents age so fast.
yeah.
and which is why Donald Trump is so prolific on Twitter, because he's down with the birds.
Yeah, because he's been watching people beat off to like SpongeBob hentai through the bird's eyes.
Y'all got to check this shit out, birdsaren'treal.com. It's the fucking shit, man.
Explain it to us.
Dude, they've got great gear. It's a movement. Printable flyer.
Of course, it's a movement.
They've got these badass T-shirts and shit.
We've got a dozen. We're trying to organize a 12-man march on Saturday.
We needed a way to keep an eye on the American citizens without them knowing.
There's
It
literally
wasn't-
tens of us.
It was
Yeah.
imperative for their own safety, of course. We
Make it a
hired only the
baker's
best. It took years. We designed, built, tested, failed. We persisted. Eventually, over decades, we had it. A fleet of covert technological surveillance devices unlike anything the world had ever seen.
You know the best
we
thing
called
that they-
them birds.
You know the best thing that they accomplished
Nixon, 78.
is they made these drones taste so good. Have you ever wrapped a surveillance drone in bacon
Oh, yeah.
and smoked it on the pit?
Fuck, dude.
Dude,
Tasty.
tasty.
Oh, my God, yeah.
There's nothing better than like a dove breast wrapped in bacon with a little jalapeno smoked on a smoker.
After it's been spying on you for a little bit.
And it's just a little bit, it's a way that I can like fight the man, you know?
Yeah.
I can use my guns and shoot down the surveillance drones and then eat that motherfucker, and it
Hell
tastes
yeah.
delicious.
Oh, so good.
Birds are gourmet surveillance drones.
Gourmet surveillance drones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
like that.
you got me fucked up here. If you wrap a surveillance drone in bacon and stick it on the grill, are you barbecuing or are you grilling?
Grilling.
Wait,
Ooh.
the word usage, this is going to be a hot
Oh,
topic.
shit. Yeah.
This is going to be up for some debate here.
I don't know if we can go here, man.
If you put it on a grill over charcoal or over gas, then you're grilling.
Right.
However, if you put it on a smoker, then you're barbecuing. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to break this news to you. All of you are wrong.
Hey, so
Grilling and barbecuing are not synonymous. For barbecuing, there's got to be smoke and there's got to be,
here's a conundrum.
there's got to be smoke and there's got to be barbecue sauce.
Here's a conundrum. I have smoked bacon for bacon and eggs in the morning, and I have also smoked hamburgers.
Yeah.
Is that barbecuing or grilling? Because if I think hamburgers or bacon, in reality, I'm not thinking
It has to
barbecue.
do with the heat source. Indirect heat is barbecuing. Direct heat is grilling.
So what if you have like,
An air fryer.
yeah, if you order barbecue chicken and it's got barbecue sauce, but it was on a charcoal grill?
Technically, it's grilling. No, I get it. We'll call it we'll call it barbecue chicken. I love barbecue chicken. I cook barbecue chicken all the time, but technically, I'm grilling it.
So technically you're wrong?
Yeah.
You're just saying it wrong?
Yeah. I think people come to Texas and try barbecue, like smoked ribs, smoked brisket, chicken, sausage. That's barbecue. This fucking hot dog hamburger bullshit, that is not barbecuing. That's grilling.
You're grilling.
That's backyard grilling. And there's nothing wrong with that.
And come over for a party, I'm grilling. Not come over to a barbecue, you're going to eat hamburgers and hot dogs
Now you
off
go-
my shitty
Now you
fucking
go to a
charcoal
party,
grill.
you go to a party and he's got a pork butt. I know a few people.
Yeah.
He's got a pork butt on a smoker, and then he pulls that motherfucker off and slices it up, or better yet, it just falls apart and you eat it.
You're barbecuing.
Dude, that's barbecue, bro. Texas
feel you.
barbecue.
I feel you.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get a lot of hate on this because I think it's. I think everybody else says we're wrong and we're probably in the minority. But I have to. The way I would counter that is come to Texas and try real barbecue, and you'll realize that there's a difference.
There's definitely a difference between smoking. So that's where that's where I come into like, all right, where's the line here? Because like I consider smoking a different thing than barbecue or grilling.
If I go to a barbecue joint, I don't want grilled chicken.
Right.
Are they going to smoke the joint at the barbecue joint?
Hell yeah, dude! Snow smoking the good stuff. Check it out, Lexington, Texas. Better than Franklin's. Fuck Franklin's. I'm from Austin. Fuck Franklin's.
Yikes. I've never eaten that shit, so yeah.
That's because you got to stand in line for 4 days.
That's not. I will never stand in line for any food. I don't give a fuck. I'll go walk over to McDonald's and get my food like that. I'm not gonna wait in line for food. You're fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
went.
don't play that shit either.
I'm not gonna tell my fuck Franklin story because maybe one day they'll want to sponsor us. In which case, I might say they're awesome.
Might reconsider.
But I will say, I went to Snow's, rode my bike out to Snow's, got there at like 11 o'clock in the morning, and they also sell out of barbecue, so you have to get there early. So it's not so much a dinner thing; it's more of like a early lunch thing. But you wait for 15 minutes maybe, then you get inside and you get your barbecue, and it's barbecue, it's smoked, and you go sit down at the table, and it is the best. Everything. This is the best brisket primarily. Brisket is, if there's a pyramid of barbecue, brisket is the pinnacle, right? It's the hardest thing to do, and it's the best if done right, and it's fucking shit if you can't do it right.
Yeah.
Ribs right below it.
Ribs is right there. Sausage also. But you have to make your own sausage for it to count. So anyway, I eat my barbecue at Snow's, and while I'm sitting there eating, the owner of the motherfucker is walking around. He's like, "Hey guys, want a beer?" And we're like, "Ah, it's kind of early." And he's like, "You sure they're free?" well, fuck yeah. And he's like, all I got's Lone Star. And we're like, shut up, I know.
That's the only free beer anybody's got.
So he gives us a Lone Star, get a free Lone Star, drink that, eat the best barbecue you've ever eaten. And then I got up and because, you know, I've done a little bit of barbecuing. So I get up and I'm wandering around and I'm trying to like peek around the corner to look at the pits and stuff. And dude, the pit master, it's this old lady who runs the pits. She's like, hey, hon, come on back or something like that. And I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah, come on.
Blowjob.
So I walk back and and I got the best blowjob I've ever had.
Smoked blowjob.
So I go back there and she's opening the pits and showing me how they work and all this shit. And I was like, yeah, this is fucking cool. What kind of, you know, what season? First of all, anybody that's really good at barbecuing doesn't fucking hide like you always hear about, oh, this is my secret recipe. This is my, you know, I can't tell you what temperature I use or what wood I. Fuck that. If you're really good at barbecuing, you're like, it's at this temperature. I use this type of wood. I put this, and this seasonings on it. And I smoke it for this long, because they know you can't recreate it.
Yeah.
Like you just can't. I can, you know, it's like I could tell you how to play a song on guitar. I could tell you how to paint the Mona Lisa. You can't do it. You know, that's what these people are doing. So anyway. She shows me the pits, opens them up, says, yeah, check it out, shows me how everything works. And then I ask her about the seasoning. She tells me what she puts on it. And then I asked her about the wood that they use. And she gets her pit guy, like her little hand or whatever. She's like, hey, show him all the firewood. So we go around back. Boom, blowjob. Second blowjob of the day.
The guy got you.
So we go around back, and he's got rows and rows and rows of post oak. And some of them are covered with tarps, some of them are not. And it has to do with their age. And the way the rows are laid out, he's like, those have been here for 6 months. Those have been here for 1 year. Those have been here for 2. Those have been here for 3. We use 3-year-old post oak. Dude, it's so fucking cool.
They cure the wood.
There's a science to this shit. And that's why they're the best.
Yeah.
Snow's is the best.
That's cool, man. Like, so I've eaten at Snow's too, and I had a really good experience as well. It wasn't quite the catch double blowjobs and get free beer out of it experience, but it was a really good experience. So like I showed up, and I actually had like no wait at all. I just walked up.
It's in fucking Lexington, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I walked up.
That's
got
part of
some
the
food,
allure,
and-
though. I mean, you jump on a motorcycle or get in your car, you know, and you go cruise out there. And
Yeah.
Saturday morning, like it's a part of the experience.
For sure. My experience there was dope. Like
And the digs are nice. You sit outside and there's like this really nice covered patio and gravel, and you know it's covered, and it's just a cool experience.
yeah.
And I bought a shirt and it says "Smoking the Good Stuff." Snows.
Oh, man.
Hell yeah.
So, talking about barbecue, it makes me think about Jim Bob's. Do you remember Jim Bob's?
Oh yeah.
Did you guys ever have Jim Bob's?
I think you have to be a Lake Travis person to know Jim Bob's, and I'm sorry to say this, there is never going to be another Jim Bob's. Even if the original creators opened up a new spot, because the spot that they're in is like a fucking head shop now or something.
Yeah.
But even if they opened a new one, like it's not going to be the same.
It's gone forever, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It was so good. It was such good barbecue.
It's
Like,
like-
I I remember.
It's like Woodstock. Like there had to be there was a general like vibe. There was a thing going on that was it was the location and the time and everything, and you just can't recreate that. You can
Yeah.
try, but it's not going to be real.
So many Austin venues that way.
They would
Yeah, no kidding.
they would put smoked brisket on the biggest fucking breakfast taco. We call them breakfast tacos. It's a burrito, but in Texas everything's a fucking taco.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
Crunchy.
they made the gnarliest breakfast tacos. You know they don't have breakfast tacos in other places. You go to fucking Florida.
Yeah, that's no shit. So I have family that lives in Florida, and they'll come into town and be like, we need some fucking breakfast tacos, because that shit isn't real. Like, I guess they're starting to every now and then, like, they're popping up with, like, food trucks that have them and stuff like that, but it's not a thing that is real there.
Well,
Like,
and
it's
tacos, I mean, they're prolific here. Torchy's is taken off. That's from here.
Oh, yeah.
And those
dude,
tacos are fucking dank, bro.
you can go to a gas station and find fucking breakfast tacos.
That
Like, that's-
ain't no shit neither.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trucks
I've had
have breakfast
badass
tacos.
from a gas station.
That
Hell
little
yeah.
gas station between Spicewood and Kingsland, the little green one, they've got badass breakfast tacos. They've just got you start with the giant tortilla on one end, and you walk down the line, and it has, You start with like eggs, bacon, sausage, all the different shit.
Dude, that's a
You
thing.
just put a scoop of whatever the fuck you want in there.
That's a thing that's kind of Texas exclusive too, because I've heard some people get fucked up when I tell them I'll eat some gas station food, and they're like, "You're gonna fucking die. Like you're gonna get sick as fuck." No,
It's different. It's a different
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
We got the people that came from down south and came up here and hopped up in a gas station and started making tacos, and they're fucking dank. Like,
one
that's
of our
good shit.
one of our most revered barbecue joints is based out of a gas station. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Rudy's is top of the line, really good shit. I'm a big fan of Rudy's.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, Rudy's is
based out of a
consistent
gas
as fuck, and
Dude,
it's
and their
good.
extra moist brisket is off the chain.
But so if we're gonna give a shout out to Rudy's and shit like that, dude, you got to give a shout out and an honorable mention to Smokey J's. If you're in Austin, go fucking
Yeah.
get.
Oh,
Smokey
cash
J's.
only, and it's worth stopping at the ATM, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can, and they have that pit. They put that pit right out by the road at
Oh yeah, and you
2220.
can
Yeah.
fucking smell that shit sitting
And
in your car.
they just they hook people all day and drag them in with that smoke.
I will say that is the best chopped beef sandwich I have found at any barbecue joint anywhere ever.
Yeah.
Yep. No,
Yeah.
without a doubt, best chopped beef sandwich I've ever had in my entire life, and I've done some
Yeah.
research, and dude, nobody can top it. Like it is the best thing you will eat.
So good.
I'll drive 30 minutes out of the way to go and eat there. And while we're on air, shout out to James who runs the place and Smokey.
Yeah,
I pass that shit on my way to work. It's cool.
it's motherfucker.
Yeah.
you got to not pull in every day,
Yeah, man.
dude, and you
Their
know
breakfast tacos are off the chain too, man.
Oh, and there's a little roach coach that sets up right out front.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, it looks gnarly, like it looks sketchy, but it's a Mexican dude that just fucking slings tacos, and he knows what the fuck he's doing.
Get some good street tacos.
These are homemade tortillas, like, and I'll get greasy with it. Give me that barbacoa.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, give me the lingua. I'm down, dude.
Yeah.
It's some corn tortillas and squirt some lime and onions and cilantro. Fuck, y'all don't know what's up.
No, that's fucking
Your street tacos.
that's crazy good shit.
But you need to come to Texas and figure it out.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a here thing.
Yeah, I think
not
that's a here thing, kind of like the tortilla lady or the tamale lady.
Tamale
So,
lady.
and before everyone gets butthurt, like, all right, we're from Texas. I doubt very highly that we have pizza here that can compete. You know, like that's just
Yeah.
just not in our repertoire.
Mr.
Like,
Gaddy's is fucking good, dude.
Mr. Gaddy's is off the chain.
like
That's pizza, dog.
I'm not trying to say that we're better at food. I'm just saying we're better at barbecue.
Yeah,
that's
and
fact.
like
And breakfast tacos.
we can't fuck with a Philly cheesesteak or like
Right.
pizza. You know, like everybody's got their thing.
Dude, Texas Toffee is off the chain.
And I'm not saying we can't nail one, but I'm saying that like we can't walk into a gas station and get a fucking.
Although I think California
cheesesteak.
has some pretty dope tacos, but they're not.
It's different.
It's
They're
different.
not the same.
Yeah,
It's different, and they're $20.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
that.
That's,
Yeah,
that's
here-
no shit either.
Here, it's a Mexican dude in a truck, and he's like, "Okay," and you're like, "Give me some of that and some of that," and he packs them in a brown bag, and he hands it to you, and you hand him a $5 bill, and this bag is packed with tacos.
And he
Yeah.
gives you
Hand him a
change back.
$5 bill, and he gives you $3 back. Damn. All right.
Blake eats it and
they're fucking
shits his
dope.
pants.
Oh, dude.
Dude, every now and then you'll get done wrong. It does happen on occasion, but the 100 times that you get it right are so worth the one time that it goes wrong.
What about? I know you guys have done it. You bite into a taco that you're not exactly sure what it is, and you get some fucking fire, like the hottest thing you've ever
Oh,
put in
yeah.
your mouth.
Yeah, that's and they can fuck you up a couple different ways because like
Chinese food will get you like that too.
sometimes it'll be a sauce, and so you'll take a bite and just be like, oh shit, and then sometimes it'll be like some kind of fucked up pepper, and you'll get like 2 or 3 bites in, and then you'll get one, and it'll fucking light you up.
Oh, it builds. Yeah,
Yeah.
By the time you're done, you're just crying and snotting everywhere.
Yeah,
Or a pepper seed that's like an atomic bomb in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah, it's bad. Speaking of burn, it's about that time for whiskey shots, eh?
Oh, are you ready?
Yeah, let's give this Jefferson another go.
Yeah.
See what this is all about.
All right, hold on. Oh. All right, let's try this again. Let's see how it goes down this time.
Shots, let's go.
You almost threw up on that one, Blake.
Nah, never.
Far from puking.
Whew.
That's different.
I'm different.
It's the sweetness, bro. That sweetness on the front end.
Yeah, for sure. The sweetness on the exhale for me. It goes down easy enough. It's got the bite. on the XL.
I'm sure all booze does this, but man, it gets me right in the gut. Just the warmness, you know.
Do you think it's I mean, we're 2 or 3 shots in now. Do you think it's got more the drunkenness? That's what I'm trying to evaluate.
Less drunk than Makers. That Makers was strong stuff. That hit hard on the drunken scale for sure. But more than probably some of the others. I think it's an unfair advantage because I may or may not have had sake with my dinner tonight. So my drunkenness might be a little bit messed up with that Chinese whiskey.
Japanese whiskey.
Yeah.
Tip the scales a little bit.
Yep. I think I account for quite a bit. I wonder how much alcohol I've drank in my lifetime. Like, I bet it's gotta be. It's gotta be like
Dude.
gallons, right? Like
No.
Gallons is
Barrels.
a fucking joke.
Barrels.
Yeah.
barrels and
Gallons,
barrels and barrels.
Dude,
I bet I've drank barrels of just raw liquor. Like,
yeah. Dude, I've drinking kegs and kegs and kegs and kegs of beer, and I've drinking barrels of liquor.
I've got a statistic.
All right.
Did you know that the top 10% of drinkers account for more than half of all alcohol consumed in the U.S.?
That's insane.
I believe that 100%, dude.
Wow.
But I believe it. That's why people aren't like me.
Yeah, those hardcore alcoholics. And
Yeah. Yep.
that equates to like 70-something drinks per week for
Dude,
those
so-
alcoholics.
Let me lay this out there. So
Yeah.
back in my heyday, we drank from a keg, and I would go home, and my normal average kind of day looked something along the lines of drinking about 10, 12 pints, which, you know, that translates up to I think it's like 16 beers.
It comes in pints.
Yeah. So, dude, I believe that 100%. Like, I was in the depths of alcoholism 100%. But, like, dude, I was drinking about 16 drinks a day. Like, that was pretty normal shit for me.
See, I've never had it with the beer because I'm not a beer drinker. I'm
So what is 16 drinks per day times 7? That kind of math is impossible.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
a lot,
You can't figure
dude.
that out.
It's a lot, but I'm a whiskey drinker, so
like
for me, like, drinks can
112.
count as shots. And if I really think about it, on a regular night of drinking, I would have about 10 shots. If I go heavy with it, it's closer to 20 in a night. And you do that 2 nights a week, and fuck, dude, that's 40 drinks.
Yeah.
See, I'm sitting here being like 70 nights or 70 drinks a week, fucking alcoholics. And then I'm like, wait, so if I drink, I don't know, what, 5 or 6 shots every week and on doing this show, and then also drink 5 or 6 shots Friday night, Saturday night, and then also drink like a case of beer.
See, but you're
Like-
different because you drink the case of beer. I don't drink the beer, but I drink more shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll take shots in between the shots, but I'll nurse one beer for like an hour and a half or 2 hours.
Yeah, dude, if you kill 2 cases of beer on a weekend, that's 48 drinks.
Straight up.
Like, that's
Straight up, and you mix 5 shots a night in that, and that's an extra 10. That's
Yeah.
58 drinks.
I
in
need
a
to fluff
weekend.
these numbers just a little bit, and I'm going to be in that top 10% of drinkers.
hell yeah.
I'm almost there.
Do it.
We need to pump those numbers up.
Hell yeah.
Dude. If we
Just get a
start,
keg, dude.
Dude,
if we start
I mean-
recording 2 nights a week, I'll be there for sure.
I don't actually drink 2 cases a weekend, by the way.
No, but like,
I mean, I'm not saying I haven't. I'm just saying I don't regularly.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. Is like I've been there where, you know, I was drinking almost a case of beer like on a daily basis, and it's fucked up for sure. But I can definitely see how like the top 10% of drinkers make up for all of that shit. Because like if there is, you know, if there's 1 in 10 people who drink like I did, then there's a lot of fucking people to get drunk
No,
out there.
that's yeah.
There was a time there where we were legit killing 2 to 4 handles in a weekend every weekend between me and you or a couple of other.
Yeah, but that
people
was
as
all you
well.
guys. That wasn't me.
I've had 1 beer.
You said it. You said it was like 70 something drinks, right?
Yeah,
So like,
over 70, like 75, call it.
yeah. Well, so that's where the numbers get crazy, and like I don't know, my brain works
Per
with
week,
numbers.
though. Per week.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Is like, so on my average week, if I was drinking, you know, the numbers add up to like 110, 120 drinks, then like my 1% or whatever is making up for a lot of other people's not drinking. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like if you take your 2 cases of beer and you throw my extra 40 drinks on there, you're that top 10% also.
Yeah, but that's a bummer. I don't want to. I don't want to perpetuate the idea that we're a bunch of raging alcoholics here.
No, we're whiskey connoisseurs. Oh, some of us are whiskey connoisseurs.
Well,
I've probably got it narrowed down to less than 20.
it's easy to talk about my numbers
week.
from what my numbers were 10 years ago because it really feels kind of like yesterday in a lot of ways. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So the reality is I drink a lot less often now. So, I mean, like I said, maybe 10 shots every time I drink, and once or twice a week I do that.
Yeah. Well, and
And if I go hard, I'll have 20 one of those nights.
And I
Gets
just
me
try to
halfway there.
try to supplement it with like more mild stuff like coffee, cigarettes, and heroin.
yeah.
A little bit of ether every now and then. Yeah.
But so I mean, kind of on those numbers though, like there's some of those numbers are a little bit skewed. Like, I remember looking this up at one point, and I think that's like 40% of Americans say that they don't drink at all, which is
Bullshit.
probably a little bit of bullshit. Like, they probably don't drink enough to like really
I'd
get
say
counted into statistics or anything.
Maybe
even.
15% of Americans don't actually drink.
I will say, I've been watching Deadwood lately, and I don't want to go into about shows and stuff, or about, I'm not going to talk about Deadwood, but they drink all the time, and I'm sitting there watching them take shots of whiskey, and I'm like, I want a shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
It definitely like twinges that alcoholism fucking bone or
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And it's during the week, so I'm like, oh, I'm not going to do that, but I can feel it.
Breaking Bad makes people smoke meth. Straight up.
Yeah,
Ooh.
cook meth. Yeah.
Way to go, Breaking Bad.
God damn it, assholes, ruining America.
Cheech and Chong makes people want to smoke cigarettes too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The half baked definitely makes people want to smoke weed for
yeah,
sure.
that's no shit.
Lord have mercy.
Dude, so I have a thing. Whenever I see somebody get a new tattoo, I get fucked up and like I have to get a tattoo.
I always
that's-
want tattoos. I'm with you on that note.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
if-
I always want them, but if somebody else gets one, it fucks my head up. Like I need a tattoo at that point.
I have a weird angle on tattoos. Most of the time, the tattoo is less about the tattoo itself and more about the context that I got, like the reason for getting the tattoo.
Yeah,
So it's not so much about the artwork. Like, and don't get me wrong, there's great artwork out there, and people get it just for that. Most of mine aren't that. I have, I don't know, I've probably got six tattoos, or I don't know, 6 or 7. But most of them, it's like, this one I got because tattoos were $20, and we decided we wanted to get a $20 tattoo.
Yeah.
This other one I got because, Chop had a tattoo gun and wanted to tattoo somebody, and had never done it before. And I'd never been tattooed by somebody that had never tattooed before.
yeah,
I like the story behind it almost more than the tattoo itself. It's like a badge or it's a footnote, a spark note for a memory. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I've got a little bit of artistic value in me, like when it comes to like drawing and whatnot. So I appreciate the artistic piece of it for sure.
Oh yeah, and don't get me wrong, a good tattoo is way better than a shitty tattoo.
Well, so fill me out. But I also lean on the side of situational, right? So like this one Friday the 13th, the local motorcycle shop here was offered like $13 tattoos on Friday the 13th, thing that is pretty, global, whatever.
Yeah, it's $13 and you tip, and it ends up being $20 even.
And it was at the Harley dealership, and I own a Harley, and it was Friday the 13th, and I was like, fuck it, dude, I'm going to go to the Harley dealership. And I literally got a tattoo laying on a table in the middle of the showroom looking at all these beautiful fucking motorcycles.
which is cool context for.
fucking cool as shit. But it was this little bitty just Harley shield is all it was, and it was right on the side of my leg. And I got home and I was like, that's cool as shit, because the experience was awesome and it was just a badass thing. But then I was like, but the tattoo is stupid. It's tiny on my leg. It's too small. So I had to go the next week, and I went and got like a fucking quarter sleeve on my leg done of the entire Harley engine behind the medallion. That was only $13. So it looks like it was all one tattoo, but really it was 2 tattoos. And it was a cross, because I appreciated the experience is why I got the first one.
But then you had to make it
But
good
I had
art,
to make
yeah.
it good art as well, because I feel
And-
like I want it to be good art. If
And
it's
I don't
on my
want people to
body.
think that like all the work that I've gotten work by some very talented artists, and I've actually gotten really lucky on a couple of, at least 2 of my tattoos. I can't even book the guy anymore because he's so booked up, because he's just stacked.
Yeah.
But I can also tell you like the occasion for each one of those tattoos.
Right.
I got this one. I got this one on my 21st birthday. I got this one at my bachelor party. Like,
Do you still have regret that we didn't get the shark tattoos fucking drunk on the beach at 9 a.m. that
I
one
do,
day?
I do, and
too.
it was totally about the experience. I don't care what the tattoo would have been. It
Yeah,
would have been
dude.
fucking cool.
It's like we're at the beach. It's going to be a shark. I didn't even know why, but I'm going to put a shark on my fucking body.
And the world told us no.
it turns out
Our
when
wives told us no first,
and we said, fuck them.
but we went anyway. And then the world was like, nope, you can't get a tattoo today.
Apparently, the tattoo shops aren't open if you're drunk at 9 a.m.
Yeah, so I mean, I kind of fall into that boat as well. Like, I appreciate the experience a lot. So, but I appreciate like kind of I hate to be like I love all aspects of it, but like the tattoo culture really
You're not
like
pandering.
yeah, the tattoo culture has like a lot of draw to me. So for me, that same Friday the 13th experience that you guys are talking about for me was more of like this is a part of tattoo culture, and that's something that I want to be a part of. And so like for me, getting that tattoo was more about being a part of the tattoo.
That's a different angle because I was there that day. I got a tattoo that day, and I got it for a completely different reason.
Yeah, and so for me, like that was what was cool to me. And you know, some of my tattoos are very like emotionally attached, and I got them because they meant a lot to me or something like that. And then some of the other ones are more just like I like it. Like this is something that interests me, so I got it tattooed on me. Like that's it. There's no other fucking story.
Yeah.
And then like I have another one. I tattooed myself because I thought it would be fucking
That's
cool.
super
That's
cool.
really hard to do.
Yeah, it is super hard. It did not turn out as well as I wanted to. Just throwing that out there. If you're going to tattoo yourself, I'm not going to tell you not to.
I've tried this. I've done this.
I don't have artistic ability at all, and that's on my bucket list is I have to tattoo myself at some point.
Yeah,
It's
Skill be damned.
It's
It's
difficult.
it's a cool experience. You know, I'm not going to say that you should do it, but I am going to say that it was a really cool thing.
Put
Like,
it somewhere like
I started tattooing
like right on your
myself.
wrist, at the top of your like your knuckles, your face, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I tattooed like right in front of my ear, like on my jawline. Whenever I did mine, so I mean,
That's
I really
good.
wanted to show it off.
That's really good if you can tattoo yourself in the mirror and it's going the wrong direction and you're having to.
Yeah. No, it's.
I
a
think you
challenge.
should write Blake Rocks on your knuckles. ROX.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, nice.
No, but in all seriousness, no. Like, so I tattooed my leg, obviously, because like I'm not gonna tattoo my face, but
Pussy.
You let somebody
It
else do
was-
that for you, right?
it was cool. It was an experience, man. And then like you know, at this point, like it's almost a reward or like a celebration. Like I started a full sleeve for my 25th birthday, which was also my first year into sobriety, and you know there was just a lot of cool things that are life experiences that I tied to tattoos that I have now. So like when I think about my tattoos, like I have one that's for my mom and dad, but I got it on my 18th birthday and when I was already living out on my own and stuff. So like I tie those experiences to the meaning behind the tattoo, and then I tie that into like the whole culture and like being able to talk to people about tattoos and stuff like that. And it's just kind of a cool thing. Like tattoos are getting more and more socially acceptable, and
So-
they're becoming more and more integrated into like everyday society, and it's cool to have that connection with people.
So where do you stand on piercings now? Because I know you went hard on piercings for a little bit. Where do you stand with piercings now? Do you feel the same way about piercings that you do tattoos?
To some extent, like I wish that piercings were more socially acceptable. I wish that I could get more piercings that I could like display all the time. You know, like I have my ears pierced, I have my nose pierced, but like both of them, I can't hide my ears, but I can hide my nose piercing. Ear piercings are generally pretty well accepted. So, you know, if I could.
So where's the line with piercings? Like I understand like a few piercings that are facial that you can see. I get lost at like the people who hang from meat cleavers by their nipples.
Yeah. No, I mean,
We put an ice pick through my dick and then I want to
Yeah.
hang.
yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Through both my butt cheeks, bro.
Dude, I can't knock it because I haven't tried it. And that's kind of where I sit on it. Like,
Ooh, that's a dangerous way to live.
yeah, it is. But, you know, I don't know, suspension and shit like that, it's a little more extreme than I lean. You know, like, I wish that I could have more visible piercings and things like that. I don't,
Turns out I haven't tried sharing a needle with a transvestite hooker.
yeah, turns out. But no, I like,
Oh, you haven't lived, bro.
Ooh, that's a dangerous road to go down, Chop.
yeah. No, I don't understand piercings quite as much. I do like them. I like the appearance of them, and it kind of fits into the culture, so like I can kind of get behind that. But like I don't necessarily understand the
Aliens.
people hanging the
Yeah,
Oh,
meat cleavers by your nipples.
suspension is what I was trying to think of. I don't necessarily understand
It's
suspension.
the pain thing. It's the pain.
Oh,
They
yeah,
get- they
absolutely.
get-
And
they
there's
get off on the
definitely-
pain.
There's something.
Honestly, if I was going to be real about it, what I think that it is that I think whenever you go get a tattoo and they drill on you for fucking a couple hours and you leave there, you're kind of fucked up. Like,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
it's
not
euphoric.
kinda.
Yeah,
you
no.
get
It's
you get soupy.
Or you have an adrenaline dump.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's an adrenaline dump. What I found is I can do this without the pain.
Yeah.
And to me, that's a lot better. I'm not one of these people that gets off on pain. Like I just don't. I avoid it. I get mad if somebody hurts me. I just get mad. Like
Well, what I was gonna say
I'm
is
not
I think
like, oh yeah, baby, hit me harder. No, fuck that. I'm gonna hit you back harder.
Yeah.
I think suspension goes like they're looking for that. They're looking for that like euphoric, like getting fucked up off of pain.
I know I've told this story, but my bachelor party, it seems like it was all about pain. And I'll tell the story and fast forward.
I thought your bachelor party was about blowjobs. Was that just me?
I wrestled. I got a
That was
blowjob-
barbecue.
I got a blowjob from Chris, and then I wrestled this big ass dude and got my neck fucking twisted
Dude,
up.
that was a big Samoan motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then went and played paintball, and then went and got a tattoo after that.
And had a wicked hangover.
oh, and I did the
time.
gauntlet thing where where everybody shot me.
With the paintball guns.
Yeah.
And heroin.
I'm not saying it can do everything for you that it did for me, but what I will say,
You remember it?
I remember it. I remember every moment of it. Mm-hmm. And at the time, even, I knew that it was going to kind of suck, especially that gauntlet thing where everyone was shooting me with paintballs. I knew it was going to suck. Like, I showed up there knowing that was going to happen, and it was going to suck. And by the time I got to the end of that row, it was all I could take.
Bro,
Like,
I was wicked hungover for paintball.
but
That's
now I can't forget it. It's like ingrained in there. It's
Oh, yeah.
permanent. So
and
I don't think that I don't seek out pain, but and I don't get off on it, but I've experienced that euphoric feeling. I've gotten a tattoo with one of our best homeboys, and completely stone cold sober, and we got done. And we went to Top Notch or something and ordered hamburgers, and we're sitting there waiting on them because we have to eat now. You have to eat after you get a badass tattoo.
I take donuts with me when I go for tattoos.
And we're
Yeah.
sitting there
Lots
waiting
of
for
sugar.
hamburgers to show up, and I was like, "Are you kind of fucked up?" And he was like, "Yeah." And we just, I mean, that's a thing. There's that adrenaline dump is a real like, and it's euphoric. It's good. It's a good feeling.
yeah.
Dude, but I get it doing 125 on the motorcycle. The same way.
Oh,
I get,
yeah.
I get off and every hair on my body is standing on its end. I've had a complete adrenaline dump and I feel euphoric. And especially if something gets squirrely. Like I don't even have to be going hard. Somebody could pull out in front of me. Dude, and I'll adrenaline dump for sure.
Yeah, but again, just like the pain thing, I don't chase a dangerous situation on my motorcycle. However, if it happens, I remember it. You know?
Yeah, I don't chase it now, but there's been times in my life where I have chased it. And I'm not going to say that I'm not going to chase it again. Because there's going to be a time, I'm pretty sure at this point when I get my bike back together, I'm going to go see. I'm going to test it. I got to find out. Like, I got to know. I got to know if everything I did, like, made a difference, right?
Well, and there's like to kind of tie it back in. I think that you're talking about remembering everything through pain and things like that. Then there's probably something tied to that with tattoos, like the way that I remembered
sure there
my life experiences and where I was and what I was dealing with and all of that while I was getting these tattoos is probably tied to that pain. But I mean, it kind of goes into that whole thing. Like pain is
How
very
about that?
temporary.
That's the thing. So all this pain happened at my bachelor party. The pain isn't what I remember.
right. Yeah.
The event is what I remember, and I remember it because it hurt.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I remember my 18th birthday, like, vividly. And a lot of that's probably tied to because, like, I dealt with a lot of pain that day when I was getting my tattoo.
I don't remember my 25th birthday, but I remember the day after my 25th birthday, and I quit drinking rum.
Yeah.
I think.
You mean pirate whiskey?
Yeah.
Yeah, pirate whiskey.
Yeah, I quit drinking pirate whiskey the day after my 25th birthday because I was experiencing the pain from my 25th birthday on the day after.
I think that a lot of people go through life and they're not even like present or conscious as it's happening. I'm not trying to be like everybody else. I do this. Like this,
Yeah.
it's like the normal nature of people.
Well, we compartmentalize, and that's how we move on. Like, oh shit, like
But even like
don't think about it.
Like
and it's
today,
not a
how much
fucking
of
problem.
today are you gonna forget tomorrow? You know, how much of today were you actually there for and present, and how much of today is just gonna be lost in the ether? And part of that tattoo, riding motorcycles, whatever experience it is, part of that is trying to be present or cognizant for that moment and be alive and be aware. It's that, you know, I'm not going to live the same year 75 times and call that a life. I'm going to experience, and you know, I've caught myself, and I want to do it more, but I've caught myself like I'm out in the bay in the Gulf and I'm fishing, and we catch a bunch of fish or whatever. We're hungover. You know, that's part of the experience. You got to get up early, and then you go out and you fish.
Sweat it out.
You catch them, and then you sweat
Drink
it out.
more
And then
beer.
you're like, yeah, I'm going to start drinking beer. And then you catch a bunch of fish, and then you have like a bro 5 moment. And riding back in the boat, I can remember looking over at my buddy, and I was like, dude, right now is one of those good times. Right now is one of those times that we need to remember. And I just made a conscious effort to remember that and to be present for it.
Yeah.
And
Moment of clarity.
oh, yeah, a moment of clarity. And now I can't forget it because I made a conscious effort to be there.
Yeah.
Well, it's
for
those
sure.
moments of happiness. We hang on to those, and that's how we're able to compartmentalize all the bad shit and all the nasty shit. Like, oh, that shit sucks. I'm not going to think about that. I'm going to think about these
Yeah, you gotta
happy
let that
times,
shit go.
For real.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
I think letting it go is almost inherent also. I think being present is harder to do. You actually have to make an effort at that.
But yeah, put
Yeah,
your
absolutely.
fucking phone down. And that's what none of us can do.
Yeah, look up.
Yeah. It's
Pay
time.
attention. Pay attention, motherfuckers.
It's time, bros. You got to pay attention. You got to live in the moment. And you got to abide by rule number 1. And you got to abide by rule number 2. So be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And you can listen to us. We have new episodes every Monday. We're on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and Podbean. So again, remember, rule number 1, don't be a pussy. And rule number 2, shut the fuck up.